What if love is not what we think it is? What if loyalty means something completely different behind closed doors? What if the people we admire the most are hiding truths that challenge everything we believe about relationships, trust, and emotional depth? And what if, just beneath the surface of fame, there is a story that forces us to question not only them but ourselves? Because some stories don't begin with answers. They begin with tension, with silence, with choices that echo long after the spotlight fades. And this story is exactly one of those. John Yaman is not just a name. For millions, he is an image, a symbol, a fantasy shaped by screens, headlines, and endless admiration. Charisma that feels effortless. Confidence that looks unbreakable. A presence that dominates every room he enters. But when the cameras stop rolling, when the applause fades, a different question emerges. Is the man behind the image the same as the one the world believes in? Or is fame slowly rewriting the rules of his emotional world? John Yaman's rise was fast, intense, and global. His physical presence became a headline before his performances did. Media narratives framed him as the unreachable ideal. The man everyone wants. The man who never stays. And that is where the cracks begin to show. Because love, when exposed to constant attention, does not remain simple. It becomes public. It becomes pressured. It becomes a performance. And somewhere between freedom and fame, loyalty starts to blur. John Yaman's personal life has never belonged only to him. Every connection analyzed. Every rumor magnified. Every silence interpreted as a message. Names appear, disappear, reappear in different contexts. And suddenly, a pattern begins to form. Is this the story of a free spirit choosing his own path? Or is it the result of a system that rewards desire but punishes commitment? The modern idea of love does not ask only what we feel. It asks what we show, what we risk, and what we are willing to protect. And this is where the story takes a different turn. Because Demet Özdemir does not exist in this narrative as an accessory. She enters it as a contrast. Quiet strength, controlled emotion, a presence that does not demand attention, yet commands it effortlessly. Her beauty is undeniable, but it is not her defining feature.
Discipline, consistency,
Professional integrity. These are the qualities that shape her path. While others burn fast, Demet builds slowly. While others chase moments, she invests in meaning. And when her name became linked with John Yaman during the era-defining series Erkensikas, something rare happened. Chemistry moved beyond the screen. Fans believed not because they wanted a fantasy, but because it felt real. Too real. But reality is where illusions are tested. Behind the scenes, two emotional worlds were trying to coexist. One searching for freedom, the other seeking depth. One living in the moment, the other building toward the future. And love, no matter how intense, cannot survive without alignment. This is where expectations collide. Demet Özdemir has never hidden what she values. Emotional safety.
trust,
Stability that does not suffocate, but supports. For her, loyalty is not a restriction. It is a foundation. And without that foundation, love becomes unstable. Rumors began to surface. Whispers of emotional distance. Questions about commitment. And suddenly the narrative shifted. Because betrayal is not always about physical acts. Sometimes it is about absence. About not being present when presence matters most. Loyalty is not simply staying faithful. It is being emotionally available. Being consistent. Being a safe place. And that is something Demet could not compromise on. She did not walk away because love was gone. She walked away because the structure beneath it was missing. And this moment, quiet but decisive, became a turning point. Not a failure, a lesson. Demet Özdemir emerged from that chapter not diminished, but refined. Stronger in her boundaries, clearer in her values. She did not rewrite herself to fit someone else's freedom. She chose herself, and that choice changed everything. Professionally, her path expanded. Creatively, she evolved. Emotionally, she matured. Her past with Yaman became not a shadow, but a mirror, a reflection of what she deserves, and what she will no longer accept. Today, Demet stands not as someone defined by a relationship, but as a complete force in her own right. An artist, a woman of clarity, a figure whose success is rooted in inner alignment. And this is where the story becomes uncomfortable. Because while Demet moves forward with intention, Yaman continues his journey in a different direction. Freedom remains his language, movement his comfort zone. But freedom without grounding comes at a cost. The more moments you collect, the harder it becomes to build something lasting. The more you avoid stillness, the louder the silence grows. And perhaps the most unsettling question is still unanswered. Is true love something you find, or something you choose to stay for? This story is not about villains and heroes. It is about contrasts, about timing, about emotional responsibility.
Two people.
Two worlds. Two definitions of love. And neither is wrong, but they're not the same. At Magazine News and Gossip, we don't just follow headlines. We follow the emotional truth beneath them. And the truth here is clear. Love tests loyalty. Fame tests character. And the choices we make in private define us far more than the image we project in public. Demet Özdemir chose depth. Yaman chose freedom. And time will reveal which choice leads to fulfillment. Because love is not just a feeling. It is a reflection of who we are when no one is watching. And that reflection never lies.